And there is this guy. The iPhone 5s has also received the update for iOS 10.3.1. But should you go ahead and install the update on your iPhone 5s? Let's find out. What is going on, guys? Apple Fox here, and today we are going to be talking about the iPhone 5s and the update that has recently dropped. But the 10.3 is not the latest version right now because 10.3.1 has been released. And here I'll be making a review on both versions of iOS. Like, I will talk about the changes present in 10.3, but I'm going to download it like 10.3.1 because right now I'm on 10.2.1. So if you go inside the settings here and head over to software update, you can see the iOS 10.3.1 update. It's about 600 megabytes on my iPhone 5s, and it may differ, of course, so you may not have the same numbers. This is not the beta update, so this means that we have a lot of information here about the update. So there are so many improvements and changes in this update, but I'll talk about those later in the video. So let's better install this update, but before I click install, I'll go into the About section in the settings to take a screenshot of the capacity and available storage to see if we gain or lose any storage. Now we can click install and get it started. The download should take about 25 minutes, but that of course depends on my Wi-Fi connection and the speed of my Wi-Fi. After the update is completed, we of course have to go through this process. It's sort of like when you buy an iPhone and set it up for the first time. You have to decide if you want to use a passcode or not, so here you can already see a new feature of iOS 10.3. Instead of the straight lines, you're getting the circles when typing in your passcode, so this is something that has been changed in iOS 10.3. Just for comparison, this is how it used to look like before in iOS 10.2.1 and older. The change isn't that big honestly, but it's a nice little touch to refresh the look a little bit. Now it is the time to take a screenshot of my storage again and compare it. Running iOS 10.2.1, the capacity is 12.12 gigabytes and the available storage is at 3.42 gigabytes. Now let's take a look at the 10.3.1 and looks like we gained both the capacity and the available storage. 3.57 compared to 3.42 gigabytes is available, and the storage is now 12.39 gigabytes, which is great. So you're probably wondering, how is the performance? iPhone 5s is not the latest Apple flagship of course, but it's still supported. For a phone that was released in 2013, it's great that we're still getting updates for that one. You cannot expect it to be more powerful and faster than the iPhone 7 or 6, but when talking about iOS 10.3 and 10.2.1 on the iPhone 5s, I have to say that it's quite fast. The animations are snappy, everything works as it should, but as I said, don't expect it to be super fast because it's still Apple A7 processor compared to Apple A10 in iPhone 7. But when talking about the speed before and after updating, then it's quite faster in the latest iOS 10.3.1. One of the new features is in the settings, and it's not really something new, but everything related to the iCloud and iTunes in the settings is now in one place. This means that you don't have to scroll through to find the thing you're looking for. And also, if you get a notification in the settings, you will immediately see it right here under the new tab that gets you to your iCloud information. You don't really get notifications very often in the settings. Most of the time you get the software update as the notification, but also if your device has not been backed up, you're gonna get a notification, and all of those can be found here. In terms of the changes of the Maps app, there is no change going on here for the iPhone 5s, because some people are saying that you're getting the new weather information at the bottom of the screen. No, it's also part of iOS 10.2.1, so it's not something I should talk about in iOS 10.3 review video. All that has changed in this version is that in Maps you can now 3D touch on that icon down in the corner to get more information about the weather. But since the iPhone 5s doesn't feature 3D touch, you're not getting anything new in the Maps. If you're into podcasts, you're getting a new widget here in iOS 10.3, but that's all in terms of the podcast. 3D touch compatible devices also get new 3D touch toggles on the home screen. So when you force touch on a podcast icon, you basically get this widget right on the home screen. So what about the 10.3.1? Well, as I said, I did not update to 10.3 on this iPhone 5s, so now I am technically updating to 10.3.1, but I'm also getting all the features from 10.3. But in 10.3.1, except for some very small improvements, Apple has solved the problem where an attacker within your range could possibly execute arbitrary code on the Wi-Fi chip. So this is what Apple has said about it in terms of security. So guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button if you did, and if you still wonder if you should go ahead and update, then I recommend you to do so. Subscribe for more and see you next time. Peace.